Good afternoon, passport holders. Today, December 7th. Yeah, already. Wow. 2016, making today day 768, if I'm doing my math correctly, which I'm pretty sure I am. That stated, today has been off to a pretty quick start. I woke up this morning, had 2 videos from the VaynerMedia guys that kicked in a third one, returned all of those before 11 a.m. At that point, Yoga with Adrian had also released her video at I think it was 8 a.m. my time, something like that, somewhere around there. It's an hour long though, so it's a super long one. Outsourced captioners have already picked it up. They're already about halfway through from what I'm hearing from them, so that is positive. I expect to have that back to Adrian and have it published by, my hope is by the end of my day, which will probably be about midnight, 1 o'clock. Hyla Cooking's video for this week came out today at 11:15. It's currently just shy of 1 o'clock. I finished the transcription, corrections, formatting, and auto timing. It's just time to do a final review on it. It's a 13-minute video on tamales. They actually look pretty damn good. So, away from that, I've done a couple of house chores and other things. I'm expecting Clintus's episode to drop here in the next 10 minutes. Hoping that I can finish up all of this stuff and then have the day finish out with DailyVee 103, which should be up sometime around 3 o'clock would be my guess at this point. So that stands a real good shot of me actually being able to finish everything, pending that I get the file back from Yoga with Adrian before 10 p.m. tonight. So that would be a really good result. Continuing to speak with more and more of my clients as we start to get through to the mid and later parts of the month. A lot of my legacy clients, my old-timey clients, they've been tremendous over the years. And in April, I increased my prices and set some additional restrictions that were an updated terms of service. As a result, I decided in April to extend for the remainder of the year the pricing that these people had bought in at. And now I have to start to come to these people and say, hey, we're going to increase your price. I don't want to do this without your consent. So if you don't respond to this email, we will close your account when your date comes around. Because I think that would be really, really a negative experience for somebody to sit there who is paying, $100 a month to all of a sudden need to be paying $150 or $300 depending upon their new production schedule. So I don't think that was a good experience. So I'm sending these emails now, starting to get responses from people. Everybody's totally understanding about where we're at and why they're having to pay a little bit more, because we're providing more service. One of the big things that these folks have seen is a lot of them signed up when it was a 72-hour turnaround time, and now we're at 48, and what we're actually delivering is, for the most part, 98% of cases we're returning within 24 hours. So they're seeing much better service, and on top of that, there are tools and additional things that I'm doing for a lot of these channels behind the scenes that I don't talk about because, quite frankly, they see benefit, but it's not something that I want to build as part of the business. The closest thing that is out there that you guys are aware of is the one was that said search engine. A lot of my channels have opted out of using it. I've only got a handful that are actually actively using it right now. So it is what it is. But there are other things like, burned in captions and whatnot that I'm doing behind the scenes that make things a little bit simpler for everybody. But I've got plenty of work to do. I hope you guys are having a tremendous Wednesday. Let's get this one started. 3:30, guys, and Clintus's episode's done. Hyla's episode's done. 2 more additional shorties from the VaynerMedia guys. That is Clintus's caption finally going out to him, even though I pushed it live to the channel directly. So that leaves me only the Yoga with Adrian, which is, once again, a 58-minute. I can't do anything until the outsourced captioner returns that file. And so that could be as late as tomorrow. Gary hasn't dropped DailyVee 103, but everything else is done minus my vlog edit. So I'm super pumped about that. That really, every chance for me to finish up pretty much everything by 6 or 7 o'clock, pending that Gary actually drops this episode sometime in the next, we'll call it half hour, which is my hope. I still haven't eaten anything today though, because I woke up and just kind of got after it. So I'm gonna make a quick sandwich here and throw down with that so that I don't completely ruin dinner since it is pretty late already. But yeah, good day. Good day. I'm pumped that like things are turning over this quickly, and I'm like returning files within like 4 hours consistently for pretty much everybody. And with some of the VaynerMedia stuff, which was like ASAP, like need it now, like need it yesterday, I had turnaround time on like a 2-minute file of like 15 minutes. So that was pretty cool. All right, what time is it here? Just shy of 1907 p.m. at this point. DailyVee 103 finally came out. I have finished transcription, correction, auto timing, all of that good fun. I'm gonna break away from it for 5 or 10 minutes just because I've been staring at a screen for basically since the time it came out, which I think was like 90 minutes ago. And so at that point, I'm gonna go back in, do the final reviews, get that done, pump that out. Should be looking at less than a 4-hour turnaround time on a 20-minute video. So that is a-okay day by me. Before this did come out though, I did finish the first of the 2 videos that I want to do as just like a free thing for this new potential client, or this new cold call client. I think that's something that I'm going to start to do going forward, is figuring out a way to leverage that, and then potentially like some other way to get people in the door, or I'm debating on doing like a single video trial for $10 kind of thing, figuring out if that might be a way for me to get a Facebook ad up there that ends up converting, putting a little cash, building a list, pay certainty principle kinds of things. So all these things are bouncing around in my head. That stated tons of work, and it's super positive that it's all getting done one step at a time. But I'm gonna go take a small little break, and then I'm gonna finish up this episode, and hopefully go to the grocery store because I'm starting to run out of things. Not good. Oh man, I've that right there, 18-minute, 3-second DailyVee 103, completely captioned, turned around, sent to the team, 2 hours, 18 minutes, and that included a 15-minute break for me to grab a snack and walk away from the screen. I can't imagine if I could build some infrastructure so that one person didn't have to do all 3 stages. So like if I could have like one person who specializes in, or does just the initial transcription correction process, and then somebody else does the timing first round, and then somebody else does the QA, and that gets done, ship it. Like I think that would allow everybody to get staggered breaks and not be seeing the same content 3 times, which I know for me is a bit repetitive, and especially like 3 times within 2 hours. So I watched 60 minutes of Gary, and oh yeah, that first time was all start stop. Yeah, that would be awesome. So result done. So that means that the captioning board is clear minus the Yoga with Adrian 58-minute video, which I don't think I'm going to get back tonight. I can't really expect the captioner who picked it up to really get that done in a day. I should expect it tomorrow, and we'll get that all squared away. As it stands though, everything else is clear. Let's dance, Roz. Let's dance. Job done. Let's get home. All right, guys, just shy of 1 o'clock at this point, and yeah, got the prospective clients or new cold corporate client outreach thing most of the way done. So dictation, corrections, formatting, auto-timed, done. The only thing I didn't do was a final review because it was after midnight, and at that point I just decided that, yeah, I'm going to call it a night. So I'm going to go jump into bed. I'm debating on whether or not I read a chapter in one of the books that I'm reading, or if I just throw up the laptop and watch old school vlogs. Good day all the way around. The only thing I didn't do that I wanted to do was call my friend Clint, not Clintus. Clintus and I have to go to lunch next week. We still haven't nailed that down because it's more dependent upon his travel schedule to Tampa, which I don't think was something that he was planning on doing next week when he asked for time. But I may end up driving him to the airport. I made that offer last week. I hope he'll take me up on it because I live right here, so it's not a big ask for me to go grab him and bring him back, and if we can sneak a meal in on the way to the airport, then it's probably a triple win for everybody, but we'll get there when we get there. My buddy Clint out in Houston, my college buddy, one of the like 5 people that I speak from my undergraduate to this day, he called me a couple weeks ago, right before Thanksgiving, and like things have just been crazy with the new prospective client or the new trial client and then everything else that's kind of been going on, and DailyVee going daily. Just haven't had time, and every time I look up, it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock my time. He's an hour ahead in Houston. I can't call him at 11:30 at night, so it's kind of one of these things where I've just got to find time that makes sense. I'm hoping that I can get it in before Saturday, but if worst case scenario, I will call him on Saturday. So I will say thank you guys for your time and your attention. As always, I appreciate them both. And remember, you never stumble upon opportunity by standing still. So go do cool stuff. Bye for now.